Hey, Dodgers fans. We have some intriguing updates coming your way today, and this one is definitely going to spark some conversation. Things have taken an unexpected twist in the world of Major League Baseball, as one of the most talked about Japanese players heading to the majors has officially signed with the team, but it is not the Los Angeles Dodgers. This development has raised plenty of eyebrows, and while it might seem like the Dodgers missed out, the story is far from over. There are layers to this situation that could still link this young talent to Los Angeles in the near future. It is a tale of opportunity, timing, and strategic decisions, and it gives us plenty to analyze for the upcoming seasons. The player in question is Munetaka Morakami, a versatile infielder who can handle both third base and first base. Fans of Japanese baseball might remember him from the World Baseball Classic in 2023, where he shared the field with prominent names like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Rohei Ohtani, and Roki Sasaki. Now, as he makes his transition to Major League Baseball, he is heading to the Chicago White Sox rather than the Dodgers. On the surface, this might feel like a missed chance for Los Angeles, especially considering how heavily they were linked to Morakami during the offseason discussions. However, the story is more nuanced than simply he didn't sign with the Dodgers. Murakami's contract with the White Sox is a short-term deal, 2 years totaling $34 million, a figure that has sparked a lot of debate among baseball fans and analysts alike. Some have questioned why he would sign with Chicago rather than a team like Los Angeles, known for its success and deep roster. The answer lies in both opportunity and strategy. Murakami's deal allows him to showcase his talent in the major leagues without committing to a long-term contract that could limit his future options. There were some concerns among teams about his swing and miss tendencies, as well as questions regarding his defensive versatility. While he is a powerful hitter, especially noted for his single-season home run achievements in Japan, major league teams were cautious about how his skills would translate to MLB pitching and defensive play. This situation creates a fascinating scenario for the Dodgers. While he is not on their roster this season, the short-term nature of his contract means that in 2 years, he will become a free agent again, potentially opening the door for Los Angeles to bring him on board. In the meantime, Murakami will have the chance to adjust to MLB pitching, refine his approach at the plate, and prove that he can thrive against top-tier competition. If he performs well with the White Sox, the Dodgers could find themselves in a prime position to acquire him once his contract ends. This is the kind of strategic chess that teams like Los Angeles often play in the background, thinking several moves ahead, planning for roster needs, and timing acquisitions perfectly. There's also an interesting dynamic regarding positional flexibility. Murakami is naturally a third baseman, but can also play first base, which adds options for the Dodgers if they were to consider signing him in the future. Freddie Freeman's contract, for example, expires in 2027, which could potentially open up first base for someone like Murakami. Similarly, third base could be a position that remains in flux depending on other acquisitions and team decisions over the next couple of seasons. Essentially, even though he is starting with Chicago, Murakami's path to Los Angeles is still very much alive, especially if he demonstrates that his power hitting and adaptability translate well to Major League play. Fans should also consider the context of Murakami's move to Chicago. The White Sox are in a rebuilding phase, which means he will be playing for a team that might not contend immediately. Some may view this as a risk, but it also provides him with an environment where he can adjust without the intense pressure of a championship race. It is a strategic decision that benefits both the player and potentially the Dodgers in the long term. If he performs as expected, Los Angeles could be in a position to acquire him with the experience and confidence he gains over 2 seasons, a player now more seasoned, with proven MLB performance to support a long-term contract. One point that cannot be ignored is his performance in the World Baseball Classic, where Murakami struggled against high-velocity pitching. While this raised questions at the time, it is not necessarily indicative of his potential at the major league level. With proper coaching, adjustments, and time to adapt, he has the tools to become a significant contributor. His track record in Japan demonstrates that he has the power and skill to make an impact, and the 2-year window in Chicago will serve as a valuable proving ground. Dodgers fans who are thinking about future acquisitions should watch this situation closely. because it is not just about immediate roster needs, but about smart planning for the years ahead. Another layer to consider is the contrast between perception and strategy. While some critics have questioned the White Sox for spending money on Morakami, the reality is that this short-term investment is low risk for them and potentially high reward for the player. From Los Angeles' perspective, passing on the immediate signing makes sense if they anticipate that Morakami will become available under better circumstances in the future. This is a perfect example of long-term roster planning, where timing, player development, and strategic positioning all intersect. Looking ahead, there's a strong possibility that by the end of his 2-year contract, Morakami could be an even more attractive target for the Dodgers. His experience, combined with adjustments made against major league pitching, could make him a prime candidate to join his Japanese teammates in Los Angeles. Dodgers fans should keep an eye on his progression, as the next couple of seasons could reshape the conversation around positional depth, power hitting, and roster flexibility. While he may not be wearing the Dodger blue today, the potential is there for him to become a key part of the organization's future plans, particularly when considering roster openings and contracts set to expire in the coming years. All of this makes for a fascinating off-season narrative. It is not just about who signs where, but about the broader strategy of player development, contract management, and positioning for the future. Munetaka Murakami's journey in the major leagues is only beginning, and while the Dodgers did not secure him this offseason, they're still very much in the picture for the years ahead. His performance in Chicago will set the stage for what could be a major acquisition opportunity for Los Angeles, and fans should be paying attention to every step of his progress, from hitting mechanics to defensive adjustments. The implications go beyond a single signing. They influence how teams plan, evaluate talent, and anticipate future moves in a highly competitive league. As we continue following Munetaka Murakami's journey in Major League Baseball, it becomes clear that the next 2 years will be crucial for both him and the teams monitoring his progress. While he starts with the Chicago White Sox, the implications of his short-term contract are far-reaching, particularly for a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are always looking for opportunities to strengthen their roster and add elite talent at the right time. Murakami's situation exemplifies the delicate balance between player development, contract strategy, and timing, and for Dodgers fans, it presents an intriguing what-if scenario that could play out in a few seasons. One of the most interesting aspects of Murakami's transition is the chance to prove himself against major league pitching consistently. In Japan, he was a force at the plate, but the World Baseball Classic exposed some of the areas where adjustments were necessary, especially against high-velocity fastballs. This is a natural part of transitioning to MLB, and the White Sox's decision to sign him to a 2-year deal is mutually beneficial. For Murakami, it is an opportunity to showcase his talent on a big stage, while for teams like the Dodgers, it is an opportunity to observe his growth without making a significant immediate financial commitment. It is almost like watching a live audition for the Dodgers' future roster, a scenario where performance now could lead to a major move later. If Murakami can adjust his approach and demonstrate consistency in hitting against major league pitching, he could emerge as a top candidate for acquisition once his contract with the White Sox concludes. This is particularly significant when considering the Dodgers' long-term roster planning. With key players' contracts set to expire over the next few seasons, positions such as first base and third base may open up, creating a perfect window for Murakami to join the team. He has the versatility to play either position, giving the Dodgers multiple options in how they would integrate him into their lineup. This positional flexibility is invaluable, especially for a team that consistently competes at the highest level and needs to maximize talent across the diamond. In addition to positional considerations, Murakami's power-hitting ability is another factor that makes him an attractive potential addition. He has proven in Japan that he can consistently hit home runs and drive in runs, and if he can translate that power to the major league level, he could provide an immediate boost to any lineup. Even if he strikes out more frequently than ideal, his ability to hit for power can offset those concerns, especially when combined with the guidance and coaching available at an MLB level. Teams like the Dodgers, who excel at player development, could help him refine his approach maximize his strengths, and minimize weaknesses, making him an even more potent offensive weapon by the time he becomes available. Another element to consider is the strategic advantage of timing. By signing a short-term deal with the White Sox, Morakami preserves his flexibility and positions himself to negotiate a more favorable contract in future. For the Dodgers, this is an ideal scenario. Rather than investing heavily up front with some uncertainty, they have the opportunity to evaluate his performance over 2 seasons and decide whether he is worth pursuing when the timing aligns with their roster needs and financial strategy. This approach reflects a broader trend in modern baseball, where teams are increasingly leveraging short-term contracts, data analytics, and strategic planning to maximize their long-term competitive advantage. The White Sox, while not an immediate contender, provide Morakami with a platform to grow. He will face challenges, adapt to a higher level of pitching, and experience the intensity of the major league schedule. These experiences will be invaluable as he hones his skills and prepares for potential future opportunities. For the Dodgers, observing how he navigates these challenges offers critical insight into his readiness for a team competing for championships. The short-term nature of the contract, the level of competition, and the developmental support all contribute to a scenario where both player and prospective teams can benefit from the arrangement. Dodgers fans should also consider the broader implications of Murakami's situation on roster construction. By the time his contract with the White Sox expires, Los Angeles may have openings at first base or third base due to player retirements, trades, or other roster moves. Freddie Freeman, for example, could be approaching the end of his tenure, potentially leaving a significant opening at first base. Similarly, third base may remain a position of interest depending on other acquisitions and player performance. Murakami's ability to fill either role makes him a highly valuable potential asset, capable of providing power, versatility, and experience at a critical time for the team. The Dodgers front office is known for long-term strategic thinking, and Murakami's 2-year contract aligns perfectly with that approach. By observing his performance with the White Sox, they gain insight into his strengths and weaknesses, evaluate how he handles pressure, and assess whether he fits the team's culture and style of play. This information is crucial when making decisions about potential acquisitions, especially when balancing financial considerations with on-field performance. Murakami's path may seem indirect, but it could ultimately lead to a scenario where he joins the Dodgers under the ideal conditions for both player and team. Moreover, this situation underscores the importance of patience and timing in Major League Baseball. Not every acquisition needs to happen immediately, and sometimes the best moves are those that are carefully planned over multiple seasons. Murakami's journey exemplifies this principle, showing how a player can use a short-term contract to position himself for greater opportunities while allowing teams like the Dodgers to make informed decisions based on observed performance. It is a scenario that rewards both skill and strategy, highlighting the complexity of roster building and the thoughtful approach required to sustain success at the highest level. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In what could be one of the most electrifying moves of the season, whispers around the league suggest that the Los Angeles Dodgers are preparing to bring back a familiar face to the outfield, Cody Bellinger. The former MVP, known for his combination of power, speed, and clutch performances, may be set to return in a move that could shake up not just the Dodgers roster, but the entire National League. Bellinger's time away from the Dodgers has been marked by ups and downs, with flashes of brilliance interspersed with struggles that tested his resilience. But insiders indicate that both the player and the organization are aligned on one goal: dominance. If the rumors prove true, fans can expect to see Bellinger patrolling the outfield with renewed intensity, ready to turn defense into offense with his uncanny ability to read the game and make highlight reel catches. Sources close to the team hint that this move is about more than just filling a position. It's about restoring a sense of swagger and confidence that the Dodgers have long associated with Bellinger's prime. The potential return has sparked chatter in clubhouse corridors and across social media, with speculation mounting over how he might fit into the current lineup. Could his presence ignite the Dodgers' batting order? Could his veteran leadership influence younger players stepping up in crucial moments? The possibilities alone are enough to keep fans glued to every update. Of course, with any high-profile speculation comes questions. How will Bellinger's health and recent form impact his performance? Will the team's management adjust strategy to accommodate a player who has historically demanded both respect and attention on the field? For now, these questions remain unanswered, adding to the intrigue. One thing is certain. The potential return of Cody Bellinger to the Dodgers outfield is the kind of storyline that gets baseball conversations buzzing, from casual fans to diehard analysts. If it happens, it might just feel like the hero has come home to rewrite his legacy and perhaps redefine the Dodger season in the process. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.